77 years ago, Europe was in a very bad shape. The catastrophe of the World War had just got over. The European economy was in its shackles and there was no sign of hope. In the 1950s, Europe's already industrialized economy started getting more industrialized. And then Europe's economic boom took place. When we talk about current European Union's economy, it is worth 21 trillion US dollars. It is the second largest economy of the world. So what do we Indians can learn from Europe? We need to learn some basic lessons which made Europe what it is today.
So since the very beginning, Europe has been very particular about its Christian identity. Most of the revolutions that took place had church in its epicenter. Today, when most of the European states are secular, their way of life remains Christian. Europeans today are proud of their identity and knows their way of life. We Indians, on the other hand, are confused of our identity. We are obsessed with the West. Thanks to the 200 years of colonial rule. In order to be a strong civilization, we need to be proud of our heritage. We need to identify who we are and what is our identity. Western concepts like secularism cannot erase Hindu character of our country. We can be a civilizational superpower once we identify our character. Since the ancient times, Europe has kept its focus on education. With the passage of time, Europe has modernized its education system and has ensured that everybody gets a formal education. On the other hand, India, despite being an epicenter of ancient knowledge, failed to ensure education for everyone. It was India which was home to the universities like Takshila and Nalanda. People from all across the world came to India to study subjects like architecture, science, mathematics, and law. To make India a superpower, we need to make sure that education reaches every Indian. The education based on our ancient values, not the education which the British gave us. The current Macaulay's education system made sure that Indians remain mentally slaves for many years to come. Since the time of Roman Emperor Caligula, infrastructure was given a priority in Europe. State-of-the-art roads, stone bridges, and modern sewage systems were built which were way ahead of their time. Later on, Europe further upgraded its infrastructure, which eventually helped in substantial economic growth. Today, Europe has one of the best infrastructures on earth and remains one of the most desired place to live. India, on the other hand, has extreme potential to upgrade its infrastructure, should aim to have one of the best infrastructure in the world. Good infrastructure is a key to substantial economic growth. The new expressways which are being built, dedicated freight train corridors which are being constructed, ship ports being modernized, modern rapid transit systems being built in the cities will ensure India becoming an economic superpower. From Galileo Galilei to Albert Einstein, Europe has been a land of inventors. While we in India are busy searching government jobs, the Europeans are busy doing innovations. This mentality not only makes them rich but also makes them enlightened. I am sure Indians are gradually changing their mindset and it is towards a positive direction. When the British left India, they left their own political system as their legacy. Such a political system had British values and morals, which does not necessarily coincides with a civilizational state called India. India did follow the British or the Western style of political system. On the contrary, when it came to the economics, India followed the Soviet style of economic system. Yes, socialism, which ultimately turns out to be a failure. India remained poor and backward because of the wrong socialist policies. China, on the other hand, opened its economy and allowed foreign investments to come through. Even after being a communist country, China abandoned socialist principles and succeeded to bring 800 million people out of poverty. We should take this lesson from China that we can become a civilizational superpower by staying firm on our indigenous morals and values, taking lessons from everywhere, and by not blindly copying the West. Thank you for watching the video. I hope people do like this video. I will keep coming with new kind of content.